What's up, everyone? Today I got my hands on the GoPro Hero 7 Black. It's got HDR, 240 frames per second, and can go underwater up to 33 feet without a casing. It shoots in 4K, and you can determine on what kind of resolution you want to shoot on. The lower you shoot in, the higher amount of video you can store. Obviously, the higher resolution you shoot in, it's going to take up a lot more space. GoPro's been around for a while now, and this is their 7th iteration. This particular model is the Black, which is the highest version that you can get. It comes with a small battery and some other attachments. This is also where the SD card slot is. Each little compartment on the GoPro has little seals around it, so you can go underwater with it without a casing, unlike the first versions. I like the GoPro for its size, and it shoots in wonderful 4K. However, its sensor isn't really available in low light settings to do much quality work. You're really going to want a different device if that's the case. All the GoPro equipment has kind of like a clip or slider situation. It's not the most user-friendly or efficient way to do stuff. However, it does secure pretty well. If you want to use the GoPro, you'll want to download the app from either the Google Play Store or the App Store, and it will install on your phone. You'll want to register your camera. Now, some people like using this as a means to be able to view some of the information or see the footage from the camera, and you can do that kind of live. I don't really do that. I shoot and I have a quick setting, so whenever I push the red button on the top, it automatically starts recording. But as you can see, there's a couple different modes that you can choose from. There's time-lapse, photo, and video. And each one you can kind of change around the settings, and that's done here at the bottom. So you can shoot in 4K, 2.7K, 1080, and 720. As you go lower, 1080 is where you can do 240 frames, and then 4K you can do up to 60 frames, with this version's model having this new feature. It's called HyperSmooth. Basically, it crops in 10% of the image and kind of distributes some of the shake so that it looks like you're using a gimbal. Now, I have gimbals for my phones, and I'll tell you, I still think that a gimbal is going to get you a little further than, say, this GoPro. But it's a nice attempt, and it does a fair job. I guess it's all about really how you walk. But so you can do playback on the GoPro because it has an LCD screen, but I really don't like the navigation on it. It's kind of clumsy, the operating system. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not, but it doesn't seem like it's that stable. And quite frankly, for this being the 7th iteration of this device, I'm a little surprised that there's so many little operational hiccups. So you can't really determine how long in this shot here, you can't determine how long you want to watch the slow-mo for. You're either on or you're off. And then the tracking across the clip doesn't always work properly. Here it is, but it's just, I don't know. They need to perhaps do a revamp of this whole operating system. It's just laggy, and right here you can see it's not going to my gallery, and sometimes my GoPro just freezes, and I eventually just have to take out the battery because there's nothing really you can do. In some circumstances, you can't even turn it off. Now, that being said, that's not too big of a deal, but for a device that you're paying $350 for, and it's considered the top rate, you shouldn't have that problem. Obviously, when you have good light, it looks good. This is a lower light situation here. You can see kind of the graininess that's created with not having enough light source, but during the day, if you're shooting, you're going to have some pretty great video, and it's nice to be able to cover so much space having the wide angle lens. Overall, I'd give the GoPro a 7. There's definitely improvements for operating system and stuff like that. But overall, you have a compact, high quality camera that, like, its portability alone makes it pretty valuable for your average person. And if you're really into shooting video, then it's a must. So there you see the SD card slot, battery, power buttons on the side. That's also the button to change the mode. You get battery information at the top as well as how much space you have on your SD card. There it is again, kind of stalling out. This gives you an example of some of the instability that the operating system has. This part here, showing you again how you can change settings at the bottom. They say to take it off the original color settings. Oh, and if you do get a GoPro, make sure you buy some accessories and definitely get some extra batteries. They're very important to have around. And this particular one takes 3, and you can put in USB-C charge.